Have you ever wondered about the journey of Moses, the man who challenged a pharaoh and led a nation? Where did it all begin? In the ancient land of Egypt, under the shadow of pyramids and pharaohs, a Hebrew child was born. His name was Moses. His birth was fraught with peril, as Pharaoh had decreed the death of all Hebrew boys. But his mother, a woman of courage and faith, saved him from this cruel fate. In a tiny basket she set him afloat on the Nile. By what seemed like chance, but was perhaps divine providence, Pharaoh's daughter discovered the child, and moved by compassion, decided to raise him as her own. So Moses, a Hebrew by birth, grew up in the splendor and privilege of the royal palace. Yet, a day came when he could no longer ignore his true heritage. Witnessing the brutal oppression of his people, he intervened, committing an act that forced him to flee Egypt. The Prince of Egypt was now in exile, setting the stage for a divine encounter that would change his life and history forever. In the wilderness, a flame that did not consume a bush, and a voice that would not be ignored. What was Moses' response? There, in the vast expanse of the wilderness, Moses found himself in a divine rendezvous. A bush aflame, yet unscathed, caught his attention. From it, God spoke, revealing an extraordinary calling. Moses was chosen to lead the Israelites, his brethren, out of the chains of Egyptian slavery. With a heavy task placed upon his shoulders, Moses returned to Egypt. His confrontation with Pharaoh was no easy feat, yet he was not alone. Guided by God, Moses showcased divine power, performing miracles that challenged the might of Pharaoh. From turning a staff into a snake to parting the Red Sea, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, marking the start of an incredible exodus. With God's power, Moses performed miracles, leading the Israelites out of Egypt, but the journey was far from over. What does it take to lead a nation through wilderness and doubt? For Moses, it took miracles, patience, and divine laws. As they journeyed through the barren wilderness, the Israelites were repeatedly tested. Yet amidst these trials, miracles abounded. When thirst consumed them, a rock was struck, and water flowed forth. When hunger gnawed at them, bread descended from the heavens. Each of these miracles served as a reminder of the divine providence that guided them. But the wilderness was more than a place of trials and miracles. It was also the place where Moses received the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai. These laws, engraved on stone tablets by the hand of God, became the moral foundation for the Israelites. They encompassed duties towards God and fellow human beings, reinforcing a code of ethics that would guide their lives. Despite their doubts, the Israelites continued their journey, guided by Moses and the commandments of their God. What happens when faith wavers in the face of trials? For the Israelites, it meant a delay in reaching their destination. In the heart of the wilderness, the Israelites allowed doubt to creep in, leading to a significant lapse in faith. They created a golden calf, an idol, betraying their covenant with God. This act of defiance did not go without consequence. God, in his divine wisdom, declared that the current generation of Israelites would not set foot in the Promised Land. Instead, it would be their children, the next generation, who would inherit the blessings promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This was a poignant reminder of the cost of disobedience and the importance of unwavering faith. Yet, in the midst of this heartache, Moses, their leader, stood as a beacon of hope. He continued to intercede for his people, pleading for mercy and guidance. Moses, the leader and mediator, continued to intercede for his people even as their journey became more challenging. How does a man's journey define his legacy? For Moses, his legacy was written in stone and lived on in the hearts of his people. Moses' journey reached its culmination atop Mount Nebo, where he beheld the Promised Land. Here he drew his last breath, leaving behind a legacy that would echo through the ages. His death marked the end of an era, but his influence on future prophets and leaders was just beginning. Moses' life became a blueprint for faith, courage, and commitment to divine guidance. The construction of the temple was a significant milestone in the Israelites' journey. This sacred space was a testament to their commitment to God, mirroring God's detailed instructions. It served as a symbol of worship, embodying their devotion and alignment with divine guidance. Moses' story is a testament to faith, perseverance, and the enduring connection between humanity and the divine. His legacy lives on,